want you to drop down into your best horse stance. And go! Hold it there. Make sure that your hands aren't touching your knees. Good, now keep it low, guys, keep it low. And from right here, you're gonna go up and down. Just like this, very, very slightly. Up and down. And count down from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, get low. 6, butt down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come up. And 10 squats, go. Deep squats. Nathan, put your feet more together. Down to your squats. Deeper than that. Butt down to the ground. Thank you. Ethan, you didn't finish your 10. You still have 8 more.
I'm watching. Go. You have 8. And 3. 4.
Hold your horse stance. Hold your horse stance.
7. 8.
Good. Okay, guys, I want you to do 10 jump lunges. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
So start on one side. You jump. This is 1, 2, 3. Make sure you get your knee really, really close to that ground. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
This is not a jump lunge. My knee isn't anywhere near the ground. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
How many?
10.
And go! Perfect. Okay, guys, now we're going to do side lunges. They're exactly what they sound like. You step to the side, and then you lunge. And that's 1. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
And we're going to go to the other side. That's 2. We're going all the way up to 10. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Make sure you drop your weight. Drop your weight. So what I mean, this is not dropping your weight. And that's barely bending. When you're here, drop it, and then make sure this like really, really pushes your body up. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
And 10. Go! Good, and then hold that horse stance. Good, and everyone put your hands out straight, just like this. And keep your stance. Good, and I want you to start doing very, very tiny up and downs. Good, now make sure you don't droop it. So I want it in line with your shoulder. Your shoulder's up here, so a nice straight line all the way through. And count down from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And flip them up. And up. And 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now keep them up, keep them up. And now flip them backwards. Go like this. And count down from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, last 10 seconds. Flip forward. Don't drop your arms. And count down from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them. Oh, we have to add an extra 10 seconds because I didn't say drop them. Count down from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it.
You gotta hold it.
And drop them. Good. Take them out a little bit. I want you to do big, big, big hugs.
When can we get out of our horse stance?
You can. I just got out of my horse stance. You can get out of your horse stance. Let's see here now. Good, I want big circles forward. Big circles back. Good. Now, I want you to drop right back into that horse stance. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Go.
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to hold this for 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Now, when I say 10 seconds left, that's when you go a little bit lower. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, here's the deal. If anyone does this, or if anyone does this, the time starts right back over from 0. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, we have 2 instructors on the mat, so if any one of you guys, or any one of us catches you guys, back from 0. Yes, ma'am?
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
only 30 seconds. You can do anything for 30 seconds. Okay, you're here. Remember, on the last 10 seconds, though, you got to get deeper. And time starts now. Now, you can either have your hands up, you can have them right here, or what I do, I just put them behind my back, and I trap them in my belt because it just helps me, and I make sure that I don't, touch my knees or anything. We are already halfway through, so hold it. Okay, last 10 seconds. Bend them deeper. Drop it. Hold it. 5 more seconds.
That, right there.
And time.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Shake up those legs. Come to attention.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you guys have a solid 30 seconds. When I say go, get water, get a little bit of air, and then if you have time, hop into that favorite stretch of yours. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
And go.
Yes, ma'am.
30 seconds starts now.
I'll get it.
Okay, I'll give you guys an extra 10 seconds for you guys to hold that stretch. Since everyone got that stretch. Riley, stretch. And time. Okay, go ahead and stand up.
Yes, ma'am.
And Setozai Aya!
Ah!
We are starting all the way from karate combination number 5. Now today, we are going over number 7. So if you were here yesterday, you probably already know it. If you weren't here yesterday, then number 7 is going to be new for you. Yes, ma'am?
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
here's the thing. It's kind of new. 6 and 7 are pretty much the exact same thing. We just changed one kick. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but we're starting from 5 first. Okay, hands up. Take your step. Punch, punch, bridge. Say, Aya!
Aya!
Keep this hand up. Don't let it drop. And turn.
Yes, ma'am.
Bailey, switch your feet. There we go. And 5, go.
Aya!
Turn.
Yes, ma'am.
5, go. Aya. Turn.
Yes, ma'am.
5, go.
Aya!
Turn.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, on to number 6. Everyone take a step and your punch. These are offensive, so we're always stepping forward. Feet together. Kick. Step. Step. Kick. And aya.
Aya!
Turn.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's try this one again. Bailey, switch your feet.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now I'm going to go a little bit faster because remember, although we're doing the step together, front kick, it's a bump up front kick. So when it goes fast, it needs to be nice and smooth. Here to here. Yes, ma'am?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
let's try it out. Punch. Kick. Now, keep this leg up. We're going to do something really, really weird. Step that way. Step behind. Kick. And then punch. Aya!
Aya!
Good. We're using that same leg, this front leg, 2 times. Front kick and the side kick is doing this leg's doing the work for those 2 kicks. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Turn.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, a little bit faster. And punch. Kick. Kick. Punch.
Aya!
Good. Turn.
Yes, ma'am.
Hands up. Now remember, guys, when we turn, it's here. Then watch my hands. To here. A lot of you guys, about 70% of you guys are going here to here. just turn. Keep those hands up. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're here. Punch. Punch. Or kick. Whoop. Kick. And now punch. And turn.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you guys need to stay this way the whole time. So when you're punching, you're not stepping forward on those punches. You're not switching legs. You're stuck like this the whole time. Yes, ma'am? Which means when I end the form, what should you look like? This. You should look like this. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and go. Turn.
Yes, ma'am.
And 6. Go. And then Bailey, switch your feet. I know what you did. So on this side, we do your punch, kick, same leg, kick. Okay? And turn.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's do number 6 2 more times. Go. Turn.
Yes, ma'am.
And go. Same leg, same leg. That was a different leg. Bailey, switch feet. That was a different leg. Reset to there. And then do it again. Same leg. Kick again. Nope. Yes, there we go. Okay, and turn.
Yes, ma'am.
On to number 7. Now, the only thing that you have to change is that bump up front kick to a round kick. So that means flip to the side, point your toes, and snap it out. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now remember, we did this yesterday. Actually, we did do this yesterday. Okay, round kick, side kick. You need to pull your toes all the way back. Round, side. Those are the 2 kicks we're using. So that's the 2 types of ways I need your foot to look. Yes, ma'am? Okay, we're here. Front punch, feet together, round kick, step, step, side kick, and punch. Now that you know number 7, guys, do not let 6 and 7 start mushing together. They're 2 different ones, just that one kick. And turn.
Yes, ma'am.
And punch. Kick. Round. Step behind. Side. And good. And turn.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Okay, now I'm just going to go. I'm going to say go, and we're going to do it together. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of kick is it now?
Round kick.
And go. Turn.
Yes, ma'am.
And go. Good. And turn.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, on your own this time. Hands up, guys. Okay, number 7. Actually, no. Show me number 6. Number 6. And go. Okay, and turn. Remember, front kick, guys, hips up. Side kick, hips sideways. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
And then Bailey, switch feet. Okay, number 6. And go. Front kick. Turn. Okay, now number 7. Really show me the difference between the kicks, guys. This is a round kick now. And go. And turn. Okay, last time, number 7. And go. Good. And everyone, take a seat. Good. Okay. We're going to get real cozy for a second. Okay? We're going to do 5 side kicks on this leg, 5 side kicks on this leg, then round kicks, 5, round kick, 5. Yes, ma'am? Okay, the way we're going to do this is what we did yesterday, and we're going to lay on the floor just like this. That's how we're going to lay. We're going to face this way first, and we're going to kick over here first. Yes, ma'am? So let me scoot back real fast.
And then switch legs.
Now, we're going to be starting off with a side kick, guys. So take this front leg, the leg that's up top, bring it in nice and cozy to your belly button. Now, like I said, toes need to be facing you. Really, really flex those feet. And I want you to put your hand out straight like this. Your leg needs to go right in line with it. So that means if you kick over here, my hand's still over here. You need your kick right underneath that arm. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's do one kick. And kick. Bring it back. Say 1 man.
1 man.
And kick.
2 men.
Kick.
3 men.
2 more. Kick.
4 men.
And last one, go.
5 men.
Good. And reset.
Yes,
Or
ma'am.
I mean switch, not reset. Technically you're resetting. Okay, so if I stand up and show you this, right? So just to get a clearer picture, since we're laying down, what we're doing when we're here, when we put our foot out, a lot of you guys have the beautiful chamber of a sidekick, but then you start using this knee too much. And all of a sudden, you start snapping out your kick like this. There's nothing in front of you, guys. Your kick is supposed to go over there. That's why it's called a side kick. You're supposed to kick to your side. So that's why we put our hand out like this, to make sure that we're kicking all the way straight out and then all the way back. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's me standing up and showing you guys. Let's do 5 on this side. Go ahead and rechamber. And put your hands straight out, not over here. And kick 1.
1 man.
Kick.
2 men.
Okay. Watch the power, guys. Pull those toes back. You're hitting with your heel, the bottom of your foot. And kick.
3 men.
2 more. Kick.
4 men.
Kick.
5 men.
And switch.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, on to round kicks. This one I like doing. But there's something really, really important I want you guys to look out for. Because I see this a lot when I do this drill. Okay, we're here. This is a round kick chamber. But a lot of the times, everyone starts doing the dancer kick, okay? And they start turning their knee up, and all of a sudden, they kick straight up. That's not what a round kick is. Your thigh, your whole thigh needs to be facing straight out in front of you. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
So keep that knee down. Don't pop that knee up. It shouldn't be in the sky. Good. Point those toes. And kick 1.
1 man.
Kick.
2 men.
Lots of power, guys. Snap it out. This is a powerful kick. And kick.
3 men.
Kick.
4 men.
Last one, kick.
5 men. 10 men.
Good. And turn.
Yes, ma'am.
Favorite part. Good. Okay, we're here. Oh, my pants got stuck. Okay, pull that foot back. And again, right now, guys, I'm already starting to see it. You guys are like this. I need you to take that knee out of the sky and flip it over. If you need to, this is what I do. I put my hand down here to make sure I don't fall forward. Okay. And kick 1.
1 man.
Kick.
2 men.
Powerful, guys. Point those toes. Kick.
3 men.
Kick.
4 men.
And last one, go.
5 men. 10 men.
Good. And get butterfly stretch.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, guys, we're going to go over combinations just one last time. The way it's going to work, we're doing 5, 6, 7. Done with combos the rest of this class. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so activate your little butterfly, shake out those hips a little bit. Now, that exercise right there is a beautiful one that I used to do all the time. I became very, very obsessed with kicks. And when I was about your belt rank in level 1, probably more the end of level 1, I was obsessed with kicks, guys. And I would do them standing up on the wall. If I was here, I do them here, and I do really, really slow kicks, so I can start building those muscles. But my favorite one was laying down, because I put my phone up, and I just watch TV, and I just lay there and make sure that my kicks look gorgeous. And you guys all felt it. It still works when you're laying down and working your kicks. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and stand up.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and step to this way. Aya!
Ah!
Remember, step forward. Do number 5. And 5. Go. Turn.
Yes, ma'am.
Number 6. Right, let's switch feet. Now you're ready to go. And 6. Go. Front kick. Oh! Yeah, guys. 6. And turn.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, number 7, the new one of this Tremendo rocket. And go! Okay, and reset!
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you guys have 20 seconds for some water and a little bit of airtime if you guys need it. Right after that, we're moving on to our book talk. So you guys can stretch while Mr. Morris is doing his book talk. Just make sure you're all ears and all eyes. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
And go!
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Go ahead and take a seat.
Yes, ma'am.
Mama, sir. One more time. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Now point at Miss Ogle. Say yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
One up here. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
One at her. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and do this thing. We are going to be talking about the personal bank account. Who's ever heard of the personal bank account before? Raise your hand if you know what a personal bank account is. Okay. Most of you guys. If you go to the academy, you've read this book before. Well, maybe the kids' version, but this guy right here. All right. So that's what this is going over. Now, the personal bank account is very important. All right. Before you'll ever win in the kind of like public areas, so with other people in life, you must first have those private battles within you. All right. All changes begin within you. Never forget that. All of your changes, all changes have to start within you. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
So if you want someone else to do something, you first have to do it. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
A good example of this that I've had is when you become a black belt. All right, when you get up to like me and Miss Ogle and all the other black belts, you start voting, is what it's called. So you kind of choose whether someone passes or fails a test. All right, and in that room, it's kind of like a majority rule thing, right? And so one thing that one of my instructors told me is, if you can't do something, then how can you expect other people to do it? So what that means is, if like my sidekicks, like you guys were just practicing, if my sidekicks are over here and they look really bad, how can I expect other people to be able to kick like they're supposed to? Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
I can't. And that's where all changes need to start within me. So I need to work on those things to get better. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Just like we should be hitting crisscross karate sauce, just like a black belt, yes?
Yes, sir.
Ah, there we are. So, moving on. Your personal bank account. Now, this guy is really important. Your personal bank account is not the same as other people's. All right? My personal bank account is not the same as Miss Ogle's. Your guys' is not the same as other people. You have your own personal bank account. Now, just like a regular bank account, you have deposits, which is putting stuff in, and you have withdrawals, which is taking stuff out. All right, now in your personal bank account, it's not money this time. You know, we're not talking about putting money into your bank account. We're talking about different kind of different actions you guys can take to put into those. So when you do a certain thing, you can either, when you do a positive thing, so like keeping a promise with yourself, and there's a few others. So I say I'm going to do something and I follow through with it, I do it. I can put that into my personal bank account. But if I break that promise to myself, I say I do something and I don't do it, then I have to take it out. I have to withdraw. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So with that, there's a few things that kind of go with that. So number one is keep promises to yourself. You got to keep promises to yourself. So I have to be able to, if I say I'm going to do something, I need to follow through with it. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So if I say I'm going to clean my room, I need to clean my room.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If I tell myself when I get home I'm going to do my homework, I need to make sure I do my homework. And there's a whole bunch of different ones, but all of them are the same way. If I say I'm going to do something, I need to follow through with it, and I need to get it done. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
And as you get older, they'll become more and more kind of like something that you absolutely have to do. Like right now, me as an adult, I have to tell myself, oh man, I need to work out every day, right? If I break that promise with myself, then I'm going to start going downhill, and I never want to do that. So I make sure, if I tell myself I'm going to work out every day, I need to do it. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, next one, do small acts of kindness. So do something out of the kindness of your heart. Do something that makes you and other people feel good. So things like if mom and dad, like mom hates doing dishes, you do them for her. Do you think mom's going to love you after that?
Yes, sir.
Almost definitely, because if mom hates doing dishes and you know she hates doing dishes and you do them for her, it's going to make you feel good because she's going to be super happy that you did it, and she's going to be happy. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Those kind of things, that's another deposit in. The next one is be gentle with yourself. Now, what this means is not everyone gets things right away. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
You're not going to be a black belt right away. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Don't expect things to happen immediately, right? Don't get mad at yourself if you don't get something. The more you practice it, the more you do things to get better at it, the better you're going to get. So don't get mad at yourself if you don't get something right away. Don't do it because you're just hurting yourself. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
And a good example, Miss Alexis here, right? When you first started demo team, was it easy or hard to kind of do everything?
Hard.
It was really hard, right? But what did you do? You practiced, right?
Yes, sir.
And now you look like it's a cakewalk out there. And it's basically what it is. The more you practice, the better you're going to get. And you were hard on yourself at first, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But you kept going, and you got better and better and better. Now you look back at you like getting mad at yourself, and do you think it's even a big deal now?
No, sir.
Exactly. All right. Next one. Be honest with yourself. Riley, sit up, sir. Be honest with yourself. This is important. If you know that you didn't do something, don't lie to yourself. Don't be like, it's not a big deal. Be honest with yourself and hold yourself accountable. So if you didn't get your homework done, don't lie to yourself and be like, I'll do it tomorrow. Get it done right away. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Next one is renew yourself. So if you can't just do things over and over and over. You can't just do one thing after the next, after the next, after the next. You have to give yourself time to kind of relax and calm down. A good way of doing that is kind of like what Miss Olga was saying. You sit there, do those kicks while you're watching TV, right? You're kind of unwinding as you're doing something else. Another good example is another thing I know she does, because I do it too, is you can stretch while you're watching TV. You can stretch while you're playing video games. You can stretch while you're doing literally anything. All right? So the more you do things, just kind of give yourself time to kind of renew. All right? And the last one is tap into your talents. Tap into the things you're really good at. Find those things that you love to do and grow them. So, for example, here at the karate school, Ms. Ogle is really good at kicking. That's like her forte, right? She can kick really high, hold it there for a minute or two, and just, leave it there. That's pretty awesome. It's not easy to do, right? You have to practice and improve, and you have to get that flexibility, but also that hip strength. I cannot do that. I'm not able to kick that high. But I love sparring. Personally, sparring is my favorite thing about karate. And you guys get to do that when you get in level 2. That's where you pad up and you start fighting each other. You guys have seen that. That's fun to me. But I'm really good at it. Miss Ogle's really good at kicking. We have our own talents, things that make us special. Are you paying attention up here, sir? Thank you. And when you're able to do those things, that's when you get better. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
So find those things that you're good at and kind of grow them, make them better, and you'll feel good about yourself. All right, so let's move on. Go ahead and stand up.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you might be thinking, what are these weird paths that are out in front of us? Interesting. Oh yeah. So what we're gonna do is Josh and Sherlyn switch places.
Yes, sir.
Riley and Alexis switch places. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Not you, Riley. That's small Riley. You're fine there. That one's tall enough for you. But Riley, you need a little bit smaller. That way you're able to hit it. So, how this is gonna work, you guys have your own pad in front of you. Alright? And if you have a partner, you're gonna go back and forth. How you're gonna do this? We're practicing our targeting skills. So, if I'm over here with this blue one here, right? So it's gonna go, I go, you go. I go, you go. Alright, so watch. I'm gonna hit it, and then I gotta stop it. And then it's gonna be Chloe's turn. Hit it, and stop. Good. And you're just gonna keep going back and forth, just like that. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Now when you do it, as you just saw, I had to move out of the way a little bit, and that's A-okay. That's part of this. So if me and Miss Chloe are here, Riley, you shouldn't be moving it right now. You should be watching me. The whole point is when I punch it, she's got to move her head out of the way. And then same thing, when she punches it, I got to move my head out of the way so I don't get hit. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead and go. Have fun. All right. You just punch it. It's not at me. And then you have to move it, all right? So you have to move and punch. All right? So if it's flying at you, that's when you move. And then you punch it. Right? So I have to punch it. And I gotta move. And then you punch it. Oh, not too hard. Don't punch it too hard. All right, gosh. You're killing me, man. You knocked it down. All right. Keep going. Don't punch it too hard. You'll make it fly off. Trust me. Still have a little bit of control. Yourself in the head, you're supposed to move. There you go. Don't let it hit you. Move out of the way. Softer. And time. All right, so the next one we're going to do, it's going to be kind of the same thing, but your partner is going to go into a horse dance like this. The other partner is going to swing it. So you're going to swing it at me, Chloe. All right, so I got it here. I'm going to move my head. That way it doesn't hit me. Just like so. Alright? I'll tell you when to switch. One person's blocking, the other person's throwing. Don't pull on it, you're going to move down. So he can throw it first, it doesn't matter. Alright, ready? Go! Don't throw it too hard. Alright, ready? Ready? No, you're supposed to block. Move your head out of the way. Don't go straight down, go side to side. There you go, like that. Yes. Once they start getting it, you can start speeding up a little bit. There's only so much speeding up I can do here. Good. 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 And for time. Alright, now it's going to be the other person's turn. Now, when you guys do this, look up here real quick. When you guys do this, don't go down. If you do this when you're sparring someone like me, you're going to probably get kicked in the head. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Don't do it. Like I was showing Josh, when you're here, move side to side. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
You can move your body out of the way without going this way. All right, ready? And go. You're gonna move your body out of the way. There you go. Good. Excellent. It's time. All right. Now to add on to the fun, you're gonna play volleyball. So it's punching volleyball, and it's not trying to decimate the thing. You're not trying to like. All right. It's it. Look on here. It's just going back and forth. So I hit, she hit. I hit, she hit. I hit, she hit. And it's just going back and forth. Go ahead and go. Don't pull on it, really. See, do not pull on it. Don't even grab it. You're not trying to pull it. Don't pull it down. Because you're going to break it off. And it will be on forever. Okay? Hold on 1 second. Okay. And time. All right, make them go still again. No more touching them. I know. That's okay. I have to put them up anyway. All right. No more touching them. Go ahead. And handler ready?
Yes, sir.
Good. All right, that's going to be it for today. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go through announcements and then we're out of here. So, first announcement, there are no classes tomorrow or Saturday. We're going to be closed for 4th of July. So, make sure you guys don't try to come in because no one will be here. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Make sure our hands are behind the back. We're not moving. So, positive self-talk. Your word of the month is due next Thursday. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right. And in 2 weeks is your progress check. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So make sure you guys are practicing and getting ready for that. And other than that, it's probably by the end of tonight, the videos for your form that you guys are doing. So for Tengu and the karate combinations that you guys are doing, they're going to be up on the website. So you guys can practice them from the videos as well if you guys need extra help at home. So make sure you guys know that. Riley, stop spinning, sir. You're on camera. Yeah. Riley. 1. Thank you. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Come to attention.
Yes, sir.
Bow courtesy. Face the flags.
Yes, sir.
Now courtesy. And hands behind your back.
Yes, sir.
Let go creed. As a dedicated student of the martial arts, I live my life by the principles of black belt, honesty, courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit. And let it rub the shin. My high karate is the best, sir.
Awesome.
Perfect. All right, Men's Club, you guys are dismissed. Leadership, we have 4-ish minutes. Get water, stretch, then we'll get started with leadership. Go. Yes, you can come back to this, Riley. What's yours? What's yours? Oh, wait. That's this Riley. Okay, there you go, sir. Yeah, you can turn yours in earlier. That's right. You want this next? It's me. Go ahead. Say that again. I can't get a little mixed up. You're right. There's 2 of you and it's spelled exactly the same. Yeah, I did. Then you were here yesterday. So I correct this. No, you're just gonna hang out. I said she could. You were not here yesterday? Yeah, I know. That's why you're doing that. That's why I gave that to you.
I'm here every day. But not on Saturdays.
That's okay. I'm here every day.
Sundays too early for us. What?
Come on, I'm here.
I know, we'll do this when we're like, when we're 2 because our dad can't, he just doesn't, if our mom is there, we could have our dad.
Gotcha.
But we still do our leadership. Okay, so last time we did leadership class, but now my dog did that.
Yes. Hey, that's why I did it. It's because it was fun to do. All right. We got 2 minutes. Off your head. All right. So, we are on chapter 11 for the 17 laws of leadership, or teamwork, not leadership, teamwork. So we're going to be going over that. Over here. All right. Coolio. So,